My name is Armand Azua-Bustos, and I work near Madrid in Spain in the Center of Astrobiology. And the focus of my research is trying to understand the close relationship between water and life on Earth and what that can tell us about trying to find possibilities of life elsewhere in the universe. The way you try to find evidences of life elsewhere, let's think about Mars, is trying to find biomolecules that on Earth we know that are produced only by life, and that given the nature of such biomolecules, they can be detected in time. So the idea here first was trying to show to the world a new site in the Atacama Desert in northern Chile, which is the driest and oldest desert on Earth, that was previously known as a good analog model of Mars, explaining why so many NASA missions, including rovers and detection instrument, and also rovers and instruments from the European Space Agency, have been tested before in the Atacama. So here we found a new site that had another factor of analogy, which is the presence of a hematite, an iron oxide, which is the very same one that you can find on Mars that gives it red color. So we proposed that site as another site that had an additional factor of analogy to be considered a proper analog model of Mars. And we also find that that site was the remnant of an ancient river delta that was running with water 100 million years ago in the Atacama Desert when the Atacama was already a dry place. So again, there was an analogy of the kind of site that the Perseverance rover is now inspecting in Jezero crater, which is doing the exact very same thing, right? Analyzing this ancient river delta on the water that was coming into the crater there. It tells us as a general message that first, the importance of such analog model on Earth, where you can tell us where your search is well founded or not, where a place where you can test your instruments before being sent elsewhere, and also telling us that given the technology that we have now, you have to keep in mind you may have false negatives, right? It's not that you are not finding anything. Probably you're not looking properly. In order, maybe the life is there, but we're not able to detect it with a current generation and detection instrument. And that's not a mistake being made by anyone here or nothing like that. It's just that science learns, right? I mean, how we have known about this, we haven't found a site like Redstone, which is at the limited habitability or at the limit of what you can detect with different type of techniques here. And in order to say, well, this is what is happening with this instrument, and which is also, if you see it from another point of view, it tells us of how good is the idea to bring samples of Mars to Earth, so you can use whatever technique you have here in order to look for evidence of life. So more or less, that's what we found in terms of detected biosignatures, what that can tell us about how we're looking for life on different other planets. When I left high school, I wanted to study biology. So at those times in Chile, the only field somewhat related to biology you could get a decent job was agronomical sciences, in particular winemaking. So I started as a winemaker. I was making wines in Chile. But after working a little more than a year there, I quickly realized that there weren't any, if little, intellectual challenges on doing wine because there are well-established protocols. So I couldn't see myself doing the very same thing for the next 50 years. So I came back to my true passion, which was science as a kid. So I stopped working. Imagine the change. Stopped working as a winemaker, went back to school, got another 2 master's degrees and then a PhD in molecular genetics and microbiology. And at some point, I detected that given that I knew that Atacama so well, I have a strategic advantage compared with my NASA colleague or the European Space Agency colleague, etc. on how to properly describe Atacama as a Mars orthogonal model. And that's how it got into astrobiology, which I'm doing now.